Okay, folks, this is my attempt to fix the clock on this Samsung stove. You can see the Samsung brand. I'll give you guys the model number in the description, but let me just quickly explain what's going on. This is actually supposed to say 8:48, so that's what I mean by the clock's broken. That little digit thing there is busted. It's been busted for a month or so, and I called Samsung. The stove's out of warranty, but I was able to talk them into fixing it under warranty. So it's been kind of a trials and tribulations. I've had 2 appointments made by the service people. They blew me off, never showed, never called. And then I finally got them on the line, and they said, oh, we're going to pre-diagnose and we're going to order all the parts so when the tech guy gets there, he can fix it. Well, that was last week, and the tech guy came, very nice guy. A lot of confusion about who was coming too. There was multiple companies calling me, so you're going to have to be kind of diligent on following up on how Samsung's repair people come out. But in this video, I'm going to splice in multiple parts because it's going to take me a little bit to get this video made properly. So long story short, tech came. Obviously, he didn't have the right parts. It still didn't get fixed. He plugged and played, and they sent a whole litany of parts in an attempt to knock this thing out. So the parts they sent were they thought just the clock was bad. So this clock we installed, or the gentleman didn't work. The motherboard that they sent, this larger one apparently, or not motherboard, panel, whatever, electric panel thing, was apparently for further down in the stove. So he felt that was the wrong panel. This smaller panel, which actually sits behind here, which I'll show you later, you can see the clock doing them little sparkles. That's when you know it's on the fritz. So this little motherboard is supposed to be the one that was needed, and that sits directly behind this little jobber inside there. So that just arrived in a second delivery. So these guys, they may be good techs, whatever, but they don't really do any diagnostic with any sort of instrumentation. They simply throw parts at it, and kind of it seems to be a guessing game. So I'm gonna maybe break the rules a little bit here and sneak in and just try to fix it myself, because I actually have another appointment another week from now for them to come out and basically just install these little goofy parts. Oh, and this is they sent one of these too the first time around. This is the entire touchscreen thing. So I'm gonna attempt to throw this part in there. I watched him plug and play. It's super easy, but I'm gonna unplug it, obviously, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. I'm gonna splice in the results shortly, and I'll give you guys the model number and the part breakdown, on these sheets in a minute. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna pull apart the stove right now, and I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, guys, this is the back of the stove. And of course I unplugged it first, just cautionary tale. And I took the metal panel off, super easy, not a big deal. So didn't need to show you that. But here we are with this. This is that panel right here, the newer one they just sent, that covers up the clock that we got to get to. So we're going to take this panel out first. I recommend pulling these little tabs first. Gently, you pinch them and pull them. Hope you can see okay. And just be gentle on everything. Try to hold the board a little bit while you're pulling. They unplug pretty easily. Those are pinch tabs. There's really no place else they can fit, so you're good there. Now the one little tricky one is this ribbon tab. It's not really tricky, it's just got this little teeter-totter door. The black door here, you pop it out, and it's a little door, swings back and forth, and that ribbon contact will pop right out. Now this one has one screw in the lower corner here, which I'll take out, and I don't recommend typically using your power driver. You can use it on the way out, and I suppose you could set the clutch to gentle on the way in, but I always like doing it by hand so you don't abuse the panel in any way. So the one screws out. Okay, so this panel should be ready to come out. Let's see here. I see it's held in the two corners and the one screw, and then this is a push down tab here, and hopefully it'll come out easily. Let's see here if I can get that tab pushed down without breaking it off. Yes, almost got it. There it is. Okay. And then we just shimmy it out from those corner holders in the top. Okay, so that panel is out of our way. We'll set that aside. Don't set it on a wet spot on your counter. Okay, now this clock looks like a push down tab here, right here. I'm gonna push that down gently and try to get this thing out. Come on, baby. I'll break these things off and then you'll have to glue it in. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this wire harness. Thumb's a little. Okay, wire harness is pulled. Now let me get the new one. Okay, got the new one. Now, I wouldn't normally pull this little screen off, but I think it'll go back on until I know for sure, and I tested it, but I'm going to take it off. Yeah, in case it works, I'll take it off now. So, all right, so we know that's the new one because of the little screen. And again, this is the second new one we got. The last one didn't work. So I'm plugging the wire harness back in directly. Okay. I'm snapping this back in. Make sure it's up in there okay, and that there we go. That was crispy. Okay, so looks good. Now we're gonna just put it back quickly so we can test it. We don't want to get, well, when I say quickly, we might as well put it back together fully and correctly, because hopefully we're going to hope this thing works. So wait a minute, which way did this thing go? Okay, yeah, ribbon tab was on the left, okay. All right, so we're just gonna do the reverse, slide these up into the corners as best we can without hurting anything. Okay, and then that little push tab is exposed now. Make sure it's all in there so you're not torquing this board. And I'm going to push gently, and that push tab is clicked on it. Okay, ribbon tab, pretty simple. We're just going to slide it in the slot. It's very satisfying, this, so far, if it works. I don't know. Okay, ribbon tab's in. It really only goes one way, and I think you can feel the depth because the ribbon tab stops itself. It's got kind of shoulders on it. And then these are just plug and play, as we saw. Nice snap there. This one snaps up here, and then this one snaps in here. Okay, we are snapped. Now, I am going to put that screw back in case it's some sort of ground. I don't think it is, but there is a metal contact there, so before I plug it in, I'm putting this in. So this is a full install. Hopefully the testing proves she works. What are the odds? 50-50. Okay guys, I'm gonna plug this thing in, see what happened. Did I forget anything? No, double check everything. Everything seems to be snapped in place and straight, and no loose wires, ribbons in. Looks like it's in straight. Okay, here we go, plugging it in. She's in, and let's see what we have. Holy cow. We're getting lucky today. What are the odds? All right, folks, let's come around this side and see what we got. We actually do have a functioning clock. Okay, you can see all the digits. You can see, so let's set the time. What's it saying? It's 10:18. That can be a good time to check it. Yeah, that's fine. So clock 1018 clock AM. Bingo, we have solved the problem. What are the odds? Okay, so they actually did send us a bad clock the first time around. So the repairman wrote damaged on that because he thought it was bad, but I wasn't sure. I was kind of like, this is a 50-50 parts game. So there you go. We got lucky. It's fixed. I can cancel my appointment with those guys. They blew me off twice. I'm not going to blow them off. I'm going to call them and tell them it's fixed. And hopefully I'll be able to keep all these parts. I showed you the litany of parts they sent me, so this could be my future repairs if needed. Here's the parts list real quick. I'll just show you the part that we just swapped out that worked. And that's part number 1, the LED display. And that's its number. And so I actually have the price list here too, so you guys know. That first line coming across. Oh, see, they're made in Thailand. And there's your price, $79.80. That's what that little LED clock thing, not LED, but whatever clock thing is. So, hey, guys, do me a favor. Make sure if your stove's out of warranty, just see if you can argue to get it fixed anyway, because we got to teach these companies that if they're going to go make cheaper and cheaper parts and things don't work, like clocks within 2 years, things that they've been making for 50 years that should work, they should get their quality control up so that we're not even repairing these things within 2 years. Anyway, I hope that helps you guys. Again, this was a Samsung range. It's a push-in stove. I'm going to show you the model number real quick. It's down here in the drawer. And there's the model number. Hope that helps you guys. And that's it. Oh, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Hope that helped you.